Women Up Radio, designed to facilitate women's empowerment, improve your career, develop your talents, incorporate your passions, achieve fulfillment and success.
Hello, this is Anna Letitia Cook of Women Up Radio, supporting Empower Women and the girls on the road in their quest to support women entrepreneurs around the world. Fernanda and Taciana are visiting 26 countries, interviewing women and researching the conditions, business ecosystems, challenges, and the advantages that exist in each country. So today we're visiting Australia, a place I would love to go to. So, hi Fernanda and Tassi, how are you today?
Hi Anna, how are you? Great, how are you?
You're doing great.
Lovely. Okay, so let's start with Australia. What's the general vision of business and women in business, and particularly women entrepreneurs in Australia?
Well, of course, we loved Australia. It's such a beautiful country. We are super excited because I think it's like our teenager dream to go there as well.
Yeah.
But when we arrived in Australia, of course, we talked to amazing entrepreneurs, but we had this general idea that Australia would be just like UK, you know, very, very developed and lots of startups, like a huge hub. Yeah. And it wasn't such like that. We faced questioning with we were talking with the entrepreneurs, and they said that still there's a long way to go, and they find it still extremely sexist comments in investment, as we can see in another part of the world as well. And, you know, like some conditions for women employment as corporate world, like maternity leave is something that is recent. So for a country that we thought that would be as much as developed of UK was kind of like a how to say, not a shock, but
like a cold shower.
Like a cold shower for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised. I know I've got friends who live there, and I know they say that it's very advanced and progressive in some ways, but they've still got a very traditional mentality regarding women, unfortunately.
Yes, that's true.
It summarizes beautifully. That's exactly what we saw there. We interviewed in Sydney and Melbourne.
Yes. Yeah.
And although they have initiatives that really try to support women entrepreneurship, they still feel that the social and cultural aspects still play a major role in, somehow holding back women entrepreneurs.
Oh, really? Oh, God, that's such a shame, because Australia has so much to offer.
It does, indeed.
And are there a lot of initiatives to try and modernize the mentality about women, or is that still very slow taking off as well?
I think women there are taking, the lead to change that. We interview Cherie Rubinstein. She runs a co-working space dedicated to women. Mm-hmm. And she says that it is important to have this space where women can feel welcoming and also open to say whatever they want and find another like-minded and share ideas. And so we see, yes, that it has been a change, and they are talking about that, like more networking, more events, and more place where they can share and they can partner and they can like support each other.
Yeah. Okay. So what does it really mean to be a woman entrepreneur in Australia?
Really hard work. No, it's a very simplistic answer, of course, but it means that you have to really work on your connections, on your networking. And I think if we had to single out one specific issue, that would be it. I mean, they are trying to expose themselves. Of course, you have a new generation of women entrepreneurs, and we interview a few of them. They are really trying to make, put a dent in that society, in the world, of course, but they come with a new attitude. Of course, you have a group of women entrepreneurs, more mature, more experienced, that maybe come from the corporate world. They have a different attitude because they feel more empowered. But the new ones, come with a fresher mind in terms of, okay, I see no limits in terms of what I want to do. Of course, they are trying to do it, and we've seen a couple of them. But still, the country, sometimes we personally, as a group, we might develop faster than the whole society, they need to catch up. And it seems to be the case in Australia, a huge country, which is mostly populated on the coasts. They have to go outside to search for markets. So that's also a challenge that they face.
Yes.
So, they have business challenges. They have, of course, cultural and social hurdles that they have to overcome. But they are going step by step. And now I think they have like a blueprint that they can follow to try to change things.
Oh, good. It's looking positive.
Yes.
Yes.
Very.
It is looking positive, but of course, they see the challenges and they are working on the challenge. Let's say we talked to an entrepreneur and she said that she's Australian, but she's not right now developing her company in China. But of course, she also tries to get funding from Australia. And in one of the pitch interviews that she had with an investor, the investor, who was a woman, told her that she doesn't invest in women because women has a role at home. And she said, she was like just like you said, really, 2016 was last year, and we're still talking about that, like that woman has a role at home. Yes, everybody has a role. Everybody was like supposedly have a role at home, women and men, like, right?
Yeah.
And she was really upset and also surprised because we have this idea that Australia is like a super forward-thinking mind. Yeah. And it's not like this. And another entrepreneur that we interviewed said that usually investors, when they look at a man, they think like, what kind of entrepreneur will he be? And when they think about a woman entrepreneur, it's like, can she be an entrepreneur?
Oh, really?
So it's a very different mindset when, they're considering investing in a man or women-led company. So that's impacting. And not only there, of course, but that really caused us a lot of surprise hearing that. Yeah. In that environment in Australia. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say that it's good because it makes them to prepare more to, when they are ready to go and, like kind of think about anything and everything that they could ask them.
Yes. Yeah. Huh. Okay. So what are the main factors in the business ecosystem for Australia, I mean?
Yeah, I think they're putting together a very, good infrastructure in order to support women in entrepreneurship in general. Of course, Australia has resources. As I said, it's a huge country, and in the middle of the country is a lot of desert, so they have to rely mostly on the coast. That poses a challenge, of course, but it's well prepared in business environment, of course. It has a lot of interchange with US, UK, Europe, and Asia countries in Asia. So it makes them a very interesting market and developed market in terms of starting to develop business. Of course, they have to look outside when they want to expand. But Australia itself, it is indeed an interesting market to start a business, of course. Yeah. So, and of course, they have a good level of funding, although it's still a challenge.
Yes.
You have excellent, of course, education places, universities, and formation. So that's a huge issue as well to prepare these women.
Okay.
So in terms of business ecosystem, it seems to be a very mature ecosystem that can help really these women to start and grow business.
Oh, excellent. Okay. And so, are there any particular challenges or advantages for the women here? I mean, obviously, you've talked about the sort of stereotype males should be doing business and women aren't supported. But apart from that one.
Yeah. I think one could in Australia is like, because the market is small, even though it's a huge country, they already have to think about like when they're starting like to expand. So they are born with this mindset of going global. They have to expand to Asia. They have to look for other markets. Otherwise, it's very hard to convince investors to invest in them, in their business.
Yeah.
So it makes them already like since the beginning have this global vision and like ambition to grow and to go like big.
Yeah.
And there's one other aspect that it goes also touches the business ecosystem. Australia is also a country of immigrants. That brings a diversity it's key for them and for any other country, of course, because you have people from different mindsets, different cultures that help build a much more diverse and interesting way to do business models, business approaches that, benefits the whole environment. So this is also important for them.
Are there any particular soft and hard skills that the entrepreneurs have in common or that they've developed?
Resilience. I think you can go across the board, the entire, number of countries that we have been talking to.
Yeah, but I think that, if you can call it networking hard skills, in a sense that you have to go out and practice. And that's something that they really seem to be focusing on. Like they know that they can, they can open so many doors and build so many opportunities, just networking, reaching out to other people they don't even know, but somehow they can be helpful. And they have nothing to lose. So they really, trying to build and this muscle of networking.
And I think Australia, of course, has a major advantage because it's an English-speaking country. And when we were talking about entrepreneurship, many entrepreneurs at some point of their growth, they have to go sometimes to more mature markets as US to ask for funding, to try to develop their ideas. And when you talk the same language of the major investors, it's a big advantage.
Yes, definitely. All right. So last question about Australia. Is there any one key motivational difference in Australia which you think is helpful to other women entrepreneurs around the world?
I think there's this necessity of, build the country, bring more business because the economy is not, as big as others.
They need to look outside. Yeah. So they're always, it felt they're always looking opportunities outside, not only looking into their own country, but okay, what can I do outside? I have to go out eventually. Yes. So I think they have this motivation to, okay, I have to keep going and looking forward. Yes.
Yeah. They've got a bigger vision. They're not staying regional. They're right from the start. They're thinking bigger.
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Fernanda and Tassi, for everything. And we're very much looking forward to next week where we will be visiting France.
Oh, awesome. Looking forward to that.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Anna Letitia Cook. My guests are Fernanda Mora